So my name is Matthias Carlson. I'm a game director for Tom Clancy's Division 2 at Massive.
So talk about what you're showing here at E3 with the Division 2.
Showing it has been such a blast. Like finally getting to reveal to the world what we've been working on is always an amazing feeling, and we're super excited about the game and about showing it, of course.
What are some of the major changes fans will notice from the Division 1 to the Division 2, aside from the new location which you introduced as Washington, D.C.?
Like, there's so many things that we are so excited about. We refined the game everywhere from combat to refining the RPG. But if there are 2-3 things I really want to highlight, it's the open living world this time. Like we made the world that you're playing in alive and dynamic. So the factions, the civilians, everything is going to be moving around with intention, with goals, driven by needs, and not just creating movement and variety for you, but also opportunity to engage in activities and really help the civilians of the city thrive. And also, we put an enormous emphasis on endgame for the Division 2 and making sure that both the world, as you play through this game, in many ways, the more you play, the more there is going to be for you to do. So the world is going to react and change in endgame, and for you as a player, there's a brand new progression track opening up that we call Specializations, where you get to really dive deep into a playstyle startup.
So talk about those specializations, because you said here, keyword, these ones you're showing are a sniper rifle, a 50 cal sniper rifle, a grenade launcher, and a explosive tipped crossbow. How do those work?
So the 50 cal, very powerful sniper rifle, good at long range. It can actually penetrate several targets, so you can line shots up. And another thing that we've done to add further tactics and dynamic elements to combat is apply these weak points on all the enemy archetypes, where you can spot their associated function and try to take them out. And the 50 cal can pop these weak points, both coming in and out of targets. The explosive tip crossbow sticks to whatever it hits, and it's really good at taking out destructible armor, which is a new really cool ingredient for bigger, heavier targets in the game, where you can chip off pieces and getting into the fleshy parts. Whereas the grenade launcher is all about area control and getting in behind things and creating mayhem.
What does the game take place? How the game takes place in Washington, D.C. What does it open up from a gameplay perspective, having this new location?
It's so much opportunity for us to explore the different biomes of the city, meaning having pure nature, almost jungle-like nature in parts of Washington, to the big open areas of the mall is fundamentally different in how you approach a combat encounter or something you see on the horizon. If you have a big open 360 approach versus the narrow streets of Georgetown, it's quite different, both in PvP and PvE.
Will we be able to go back to New York at all? Maybe?
Maybe no. We're focusing for at least 100% on making DC the very, very best it can be, and we're so excited about everything that DC has to bring.
What has your team learned from the first division that you've applied and improved upon in the Division 2?
So many things. It's been amazing to launch the first division, having it running live for over 2 years, and taking all of those learnings has really made us refine and improve the strongest parts of the game, but also, of course, adding new ingredients that will surprise and delight. And I think more than anything, it enables us to make a really solid, really rich, and long-term engaging endgame from day one. And as you heard previously here in the presentation, for the first time we're adding 8-man raids to the division.
Talk about that raid. How those mechanics work?
It's all about giving you a unique and tough challenge, right? Something that really challenges not just you as an individual in how you play your playstyle, but also how you coordinate as a group. So I think for us, there's so much opportunity and fun to explore in what is it like to play with 2 full groups of players, and the synergies that we can create with that setup.
One of the biggest criticisms of the first Destiny was the bullet sponges that everyone seemed to have to fight. How did you improve upon that in the Division 2?
Well, in a lot of ways, I would say the shooting elements of the game they're snappier in the Division 2. You're going to see kind of this topography and the peaks and valleys of kill times, because we think it's really important to have those targets that you can take down fast, but also things that become focal points that presents a bigger challenge, and not least the heavy archetypes that we call the tanks in the game. And the destructible armor is turning a heavy target into an opportunity for us to build depth in the mechanics and attach RPG and weapons, etc., to having strength and weaknesses and taking this armor out. Also, we've done a lot in terms of the behaviors and reactions of the enemy archetypes. You're going to really feel like you're connecting with every hit.
When does the game come out, and what platforms will it be on?
It's coming out March 15th, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC.